Squirrels! So hello, and welcome to another Legends of Runeterra video. My name is Chris, and today we will be testing out the new Ezreal and the new Funsmith in an Ezreal Shadows deck. We are combining it with Go Hard, the new KDA card. Obviously once we get to pack our bags, we can essentially destroy any board that we want to, and combined with Ezreal's new ability, we're going to test out just how good he is with this new card text. For those of you who missed it, Ezreal now only requires 6 targets, but only deals 1 to the enemy nexus unless that spell is targeting an enemy unit instead. So kind of a bit of a rework rather than a nerf or a buff, probably a buff overall from where he was, a day ago, but certainly different and certainly interesting. And we have the new 4 mana Funsmith, one of my favorite cards in the game, now a 1/3 for 4 mana, and we will be using it with obviously a lot of Shadow Isles effects, drain effects, and just overall some really cool synergies going on here. Obviously stuff like Funsmith will buff Withering Wail to deal 2 to all enemies, or Grasp will become drain 4 and we'll get the 4 health, Static Shock of course, and so we're going to see just how good this deck can be. I haven't had too much chance to try it out and refine it, so this deck might change a bit as I go through and play with it, but I'm pretty excited to go and jump into some games. So game 1, we see we are up against Lucian, and this is a new Lucian that is pretty scary. So I quite like Hapless. I'm not too sure about the Ezreal. I might keep 1 Grasp in here as well. This could have some fearsome element to it, so I'm not sure about Hapless, to be honest. But I think I will keep Hapless just in case. Go Hard could be pretty nice. Static as well. Mystic Shot, obviously very good for Lucian. I think this is one. Would I rather play Go Hard here or the Hapless? I think I'd rather Go Hard. Clip that if you want, and use that wherever you want. Use that as your ringtone. But yeah, let's kill some units before Lucian gets down there, and let's just open up. Now, obviously, if we see Lucian, we might want to go in for a Mystic Shot. And we want to, normally you would wait, but in this instance you do want to Mystic Shot the Lucian now, before a Senna can come down, and then you're just absolutely screwed. So we do want to get rid of that Lucian as soon as we possibly can. As I say, normally you would wait and sort of weigh up your options as long as you can, but you don't want Senna to come down. Okay, Undying, interesting. Undying is certainly interesting. I'm glad we got rid of that Lucian. But we don't have many ways of, just fully dealing with that. So I guess we'll just take the 2 damage for now. We do have drain effects, so I'm not overly concerned, and we can just open attack here. Stalking Shadows. Now I'm hoping he kind of plays something here, because I don't want to pass and lose all this mana, but I might be forced to. And he will play a Cursed Keeper, which is going to die anyway. I could Static Shock here. Do I want to though? I think we'll keep our options open. So we know he has another Cursed Keeper in there as well. Obviously we have a pretty decent block there. A Bark Beast. So you could have something like Glimpse. If I go in for a Static Shock here, you obviously could have something like Glimpse, which wouldn't be ideal. But if he has something like Blighted Caretaker, that could be pretty nasty. Ooh, this is a bit of a rough situation right here. I think I will go for this. Okay, it does go through. Overall, it was a risk. A bit of a calculated risk. Second Bark Beast. So we could go for it again. He's kind of told us he doesn't have Glimpse, so I kind of actually just want to do this again, probably. kind of signal to us that he didn't have Glimpse Beyond, so we can just get rid of these pretty quick. He goes for another Undying. Obviously, he can't attack with this, which is pretty nice for us as well. So I guess we'll just take the damage. 114. We're still pretty healthy at this point. But these Undyings obviously are a bit annoying. I, would be surprised if he traded that there. That's another Cursed Keeper. And another Bark Beast. Well, again, he's still telling us that he doesn't really have Glimpse unless he top-decked it. But there's our third Static Shock to kill his third Bark Beast. Unspeakable Horror, another Drain effect. We can just pass there. I am somewhat scared of something like Blighted Caretaker, but Funsmith could be pretty useful here as well. I think at this point we will block. And we will drop down this Funsmith. He's just happy to end the round. So I guess I will as well. Don't really have too much to play there. So I think we can go for this attack now. We could go double Funsmith, which could get pretty interesting pretty quick. He's happy to just pass again. I think I do want to play this Funsmith now. He's still just happy to pass. I'm guessing he's coming in for like a Blighted Caretaker, so we could want something like Withering Wail here, but we didn't find it. Interesting. I guess I can block like that. I think I will actually. I'll block you, I think. Maybe like that. Yeah, let's block like that. Now, we could kind of just pass it back to him. We could Progress Day at this point. Could Relentless Pursuit at any time, though, so that might be a bit risky, and we do have quite a few cards in hand. So I might just pass again. Again, he's happy to just let that go. There's a go hard. So we'll use this on this. This is kind of what we want. We want some of our drain effects to come in now. No single combat. I'm just gonna hope that we can stay healthy enough. Third Undying. So then I might actually do this to see what we get. I think with the options we have in hand, we can afford to do that. He might be playing single combat, but he seems to have not found many ways of dealing with this. Find a Lunari Priestess. That could be good if we can find like an Equinox or something. Into Ruination. Okay. So I could deal some damage to him here. That's pretty big. Ruination. I mean, I could deal, what, 9? I still also have the attack token, so that's 4. So that's 9. That brings it down to 4. I'd only need 2 damage. You know what? I think I'm actually going to go for that. I think we'll get rid of the Thermo Beam, probably. But if he doesn't have a 1-drop and we've killed 3 Bark Beasts, we can get him down to 2 here, and we've got Progress Day as well. We aren't in threat of dying. In fact, we can find a... Oh, we don't find. I don't think I'm going to get any more Celestial cards. We could go Living Legends, but I think I'm just going to go Falling Comet. I'm not sure how much healing he would have in a deck like this. But he's probably pretty panicked at this point. I mean, I can chump block one of them, that's no problem. Ezreal will also get me a win pretty easy here. So yeah, we'll just do that. I play Ezreal now.
The world's a big place. Let's see all of it.
Goes for another Ruination, so double Ruination. I think at this point, you know, we'll just grasp this, I guess. That will leave him dead. He could have Glimpse Beyond, but he hasn't shown us one yet. Maybe I could have gone for Progress Day there. But with this Progress Day, I'm still feeling pretty good that we should be able to win this game. Now, a single combat wouldn't kill. Yeah, this is why, you know, you go for this one because a single combat won't kill it from the Ezreal. So it'll still target and get us that win. Good start for the deck in a kind of weird game. Ooh, Scouts. Scouts obviously going to be interesting. I haven't faced the Scouts matchup yet, so it's certainly going to be very interesting. Oh, Val Feast. I'll keep one. Static, I think I'll get rid of, and I'll keep the Go Hard for that turn 1. Fleet Feather. You know, these cards with Funsmith are okay. We'll always pass turn 1. And we'll always just make their board as small as we possibly can. Double Ezreal. Probably not ideal in a match like this, to be honest. Now I think we'll open pass here as well. The longer this game goes on, the higher chance we have of winning. So it is Misfortune. So what I think we could probably do here, he could single combat this. How many single combats do you run in a deck like that? We kind of need to get rid of it, so I probably will play the Ezreal. I probably will Mystic Shot this Misfortune. Which obviously means that we can go in for something like Vile Feast next turn, or even Static Shock, depending on what he's going to play. Ranger's Resolve is obviously pretty bad for us here. Lauren Protege. Do I not risk it? Do I go for like the Mystic Shot instead? It doesn't beat Sharp Sight though. But if he Sharp Sights, I can Mystic Shot and Val Feast. Which will kill it, so maybe let's go for that. Let's play it safe. So being Ranger's Resolve like this, Rangers and Sharp Sight can beat us, but that is it. Okay. I think that's fine. I'll wait for Funsmith for stuff like this. I think that's a pretty good trade for us overall. We technically did lose an Ezreal though, which is obviously very... we were going to lose that Ezreal either way, so there wasn't much we could have done there. We could go Vi, but obviously it's not really killing much right now. So I think I'll actually open with Hapless Aristocrat, just see what they're going to do before going into Funsmith. It's Quinn. So I will now play the Funsmith. And we will wait, although we could go Bannerman now. Isn't the biggest punish in the world because these will deal 2. Or Genevieve. Maybe we should have tried to get rid of this board as quick as we could.
You're covered.
Okay. I guess I'll pass.
I'm one of the good guys, but not.
That is less than ideal. So I probably have to get rid of this misfortune. I guess I have to get rid of you. So I guess if we go for something like that. And he had Ranger's Resolve all along. Ah, man. I think, yeah, that's probably sealed this game. I don't know if there was anything we could have done there. We had to risk it, I think.
Scouting ahead.
Yeah, but this looks obviously pretty rough. So I will use up these as much as I can. Probably will go in for the thermo beam on this misfortune right now. Which obviously will be somewhat useful. Then next time we can go Vi and potentially try and kill this Quinn.
Still heart, steady.
Well, maybe not out of it just yet. You know, we're still pretty healthy here. And if this Vi can live, then I think we could, you know, if this Vi can trade like maybe 3 to 1, then we could be definitely okay. Oh, I like this unspeakable horror here. We might want to use that on the Valor. You can't really single combat anything here. He could riposte. We do have the unspeakable horror for that. But if it goes through, then that's obviously pretty good for us. Blinding Assault. Okay. So I'll go for this now, in case this is Bannerman. It's not. It's Ranger's Resolve, again. Okay, we did get use of it, but there wasn't much we could have done about that. We do gain the extra life. We just have to hope he doesn't top deck Genevieve, Bannerman, Misfortune. That's the only way I think we're in a lot of trouble. So obviously we don't mind that. I mean, if Vi is trading 3 for 1, that overall is pretty good for us, I think. We'll just play Hapless here. He will just attack. He'll probably go here, I would have thought. Yeah. So I guess we just take that. Take that hit. Vi ultimately traded 3 for 1, which is obviously pretty good for us. We can go Lunari Priestess now. Oh, I like this. Oh, but this is pretty good as well. But I think we have to go Written in the Stars. See what he's got. It's just a Cythria. Is this the best Thermo Beam I'm gonna get? Maybe not. Let's pass. Just wait for now. Another Funsmith. Okay. Go for Written in the Stars first. We find Vi. Okay. Then we'll just pass. See what he wants to do. He doesn't do anything. So I will play Vi. I mean, I can also attack with you, I guess. Is there any trade that I'm, like, worried about there? I guess not. Force out a Ranger's Resolve, that'll be fine as well. Doesn't want to play that card, eh? Okay, I'll pass as well. See what it is. Could be Genevieve or something.
The wood can't
This?
fight back, but I can.
If I go Funsmith, I've got 13 mana, that's 11. Yeah, I can use this as well, so that's pretty good. So I can Vengeance this, which I will, and then I can
Nothing back.
Unspeakable Horror that. And I will do both. Now obviously nothing can save this Genevieve. He could Ranger's Resolve this, third Ranger's Resolve, but it's looking, you know, somewhat decent for us right now. Also, we get a bit of life gain from this, which is nice. And like, what would be in his hand now that like obviously the Vengeance, like it could be single combat. He doesn't have, you know, he could single combat here. This is dying at some point, either whether it trades with this or not. Vi doesn't die from the single combat. His options are pretty limited here. Like he could go Sharp Sight on Valor. I think he's roping because he feels annoyed. But we'll see. I think we've managed this game pretty well. I mean, in these long games, there's always, you know, certain things that you can say, oh, I could have done X or Y. So it is a spell. It is a single combat. And he's single combating what? This into this. Okay. That doesn't make much sense, because that keeps my spider alive. He should have done it with the Genevieve, which is dying anyway, and it doesn't matter. Dust Rider, obviously not ideal. But okay. I mean, his attack now obviously isn't great. I can, you know, whittle down his board a bit here. To go hard. Do I go hard first and then do this? Maybe. Maybe okay, yeah, he just surrenders. He realizes the writing's on the wall. Ooh, that one felt pretty good overall, I think. Pretty good.